the people podcast of the DMV. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we, and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z, PTP. All right. Here we go. I'm excited. I'm excited again, like always. We in the studio. I gotta take my deep breath because when I get around some beautiful people, my energy just explodes. I got a beautiful young lady in here with me today, and so we gonna jump right into this because we got a lot to talk about. So let me tell you first of all, before I introduce her. We want to shout out to all the individuals who's dealing with domestic violence. Yes. That's what the conversation is about today. This is Domestic Violence Month, right? Yeah. And guess my guest is Miss Latoya Johnson. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna pull your mic up just a little bit. Okay. And so just is everything going well with you?
Yes, sir. Everything's going well. First of all, thank you for having me. Thank you for having this platform so I can share my story, so others can share their story too, and so others can get motivated and inspired because you do inspire people with your topics, that you have. So yeah,
thank you. And let me apologize to you because you have been sitting and waiting months to come on the show.
Years.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
I tried to tone it down just a little bit.
Okay.
I tried to say it was months, but you're right, years.
Yeah, things happen. COVID happened, and God timing is everything. So this is God timing.
That is so true. But first of all, I just appreciate you being patient with me, still giving me the opportunity to do this interview. You're a doll baby. I've been around you more than one time. Yeah. You're a soldier. And yeah. I really, really have nothing but the utmost respect for you. Thanks. So before we even get into your story, we want to talk about domestic violence. Yeah. How important is that to you?
It is very important. Being as though I am a survivor, I am, I would never be anybody's victim. I am a survivor. So yeah, it's very important because most people don't survive. A lot of people don't survive. And, and I want to give courage to those that are dealing with or are in domestic violence situations and are scared to get out and don't know what to do. And, I'm just here to give them words of encouragement and, and let the other females that are in situations or males that are in situations of domestic violence or abuse or, bad situations, to give them the courage to get out and, to keep them motivated because domestic violence has a lot to do with the individual and their, and their personal development and where they're at in their life. A lot of people, become weak or are weak and, don't know what to do because of their childhood or because of the way they was raised. And, a lot of people a lot of family members may put them down so they don't know how it feels to be, positive or, have joy or, to be optimistic or to have hope. So I'm here to give that to them.
Well, again, I find you to be a true soldier of life. I've been around you more than once, more than twice, several times. And the one thing that I noticed that you're always smiling, you're always joyful, you're a pleasant individual. And when people hear your story, they're going to be inspired by you because you have such this soldier thing about you with life and how you move around. We had a little conversation coming through the door and I asked you, how did you feel when people reach out to help you? You said, hey, it don't bother me, but you can handle your business. Right. And I love it. I love it. And I think that is amazing.
And see, I like challenges. I like to be faced with a challenge. I like to, come to a certain situation or certain, like on the streets or, how am I going to get through this? That, I like things that make me think, because it challenged me. It makes me to grow and think, because a lot of people don't think.
Well, see, a lot of people can't see your situation. So right. I want you to talk about, first of all, let's go to the story. What happened to you when it happened. And then I want to use the right word, paralysis. Is that would be the right word? Yeah. Okay. And you can talk about that as as well. So
Okay.
let's hear a little bit about what you experienced.
Okay. First before I was in my situation, I'm gonna tell you how what led up to it, because like I said, God's timing, God has control over everything, and his timing is hmm, good, but we don't always understand it. So um I was a go getter, independent woman. Always, always ambitious. Always, always the go getter. I had three jobs. Before my incident, I don't like to call it an accident. Incident. I had three jobs. I was a hair. I was a calm down, so take your time.
You got it.
Um,
Go ahead,
I
take
was
your
a
time.
cosmetologist. Was working in the salon since I was 14 years old. I was independent, always independent, always, because I was raised in a household to rely on others is to be disappointed. From growing up, we had a sign in my grandmother's house, and they still that in my head. Even before I could read, I knew what the sign said. So I was always independent. I was a hairstylist. A waitress at a restaurant, and a promotional marketing for a local record label here in Washington D.C. called One Way Records. Now it's Oi Boys. So I was always on the go, always on the go. So at the time, a good friend of mine had died, and I was just in grief. I was just swallowed up in grief, and I like slowly lost myself because a lot was going on in my lifetime, and then yeah, I slowly lost myself. And so I got involved with this guy. Well, we had started dating, and then he got locked up. So then, as my down period, as I was feeling down, I was lost. I didn't know who I was. You know, that's when the devil snatched me up. And so I got involved in this with this guy. And the first 2 years of our relationship was good. Was good. Until he relapsed on PCP.
Oh, okay.
And when he relapsed on PCP, that was the drug of his choice. When he relapsed on PCP, he became a different person. He became a monster. Like right before, like I seen it, Rodney. I swear, I seen it before my eyes. Like he had this pretty caramel complexion, and he had these nice hazel brown eyes. But when he got high, he got PCP in his system. Well, PCP is called boat, love boat,
Both,
wet,
yeah.
water.
Whatever.
It
Yeah.
has all different types of names. But he became a demon. Like his face, his color became gray, his eyes became black. And I remember one incident, we was driving in the car. I was on, it was like Pennsylvania Avenue, on the Maryland side. And I was going home. So he was like, "Boo, roll down your window, stop." Roll down your window and lean your seat all the way back to the back seat, so just in case they start shooting, you won't get hit with any glass. I'm like, this dude is crazy. Like, what is he talking about? We're on the highway. Like, I'm just. And then when he noticed that I wasn't taking him serious, like he banged on my dashboard, was like became aggressive, and he was like yelling. So I immediately like I just did what he said. So I leaned my chair all the way back. My feet was barely touching the pedals, and I was just driving, thinking like this dude is crazy, like And that's the first incident that I experienced. And then it was another time. Um, hmm,
Take your time, baby. I want the audience to know something. So you told me about this, and I want them to know because of your incident,
mhm.
right? You have sometimes you got to slow your roll with your thinking, right?
Yeah,
Okay, let them know that
yeah,
because I want y'all to know she's not. This is a part of what's going on with her. She has a situation that sometimes when she's thinking, because you got shot in the head.
yes,
Okay, see, people don't know that.
yes.
No, baby, but I'm
Like,
sorry, I'm sorry. And but you know the reason why I'm saying that because I don't want people to get on here and say, "Oh man, she don't know," No.
mhm,
So I'm gonna let you get back into your story, but
okay,
I want you all to be patient and listen to this sweetheart because she has a real story to tell, and she got some information she's gonna share with you about her survival and some of the things she's still doing as a soldier, making things happen. Go back. So we was on. You was driving, and you.
yeah. We was driving, and one time, like I wasn't listening to him because dude was like we had been well, it was only 2 months that he had relapsed before the incident. So I didn't know what was going on, and then one time, the first time he hit me, um I had a good day at the salon. I had made a lot of money. I was excited. He called me on the phone. I was excited, and then he like spoiled my vibe. And then I was like, and then when we got home, well, I got home first, so he came in later, and then we was talking, and we were just having a casual conversation. I guess he didn't like what I was saying. And then Rodney, the next thing I knew, I was on the floor and I was holding my mouth. My mouth was stinging. And then when I let go, blood was gushing like somebody turned on a water fountain.
Come on.
So I was in shock, because I was embarrassed. I was in shock. I was like, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And, I on the streets, well, in my younger days, I had the nickname Mafia, because I was known as to be a fighter. So I was known to be a fighter, and I didn't take, anybody come to me with some stuff, I'm ending it. Yes, I'm handling it. So I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So and my car was parked, and then my mom was home, my stepdad was home, and she had been abused. She had been in a situation before. So, and my mom was a no nonsense person. She didn't really care for the dude. So, and then I didn't know what to do. So I snuck out the back, and my car was parked in the back. So I went to my friend's house. She already knew what to do. She told me to get some glue because my lip was split. You can't really see the scar now, but my lip was split. So she was like, we're gonna go get some super glue, some super glue, band-aid glue. And because I was like, dog, I'm gonna need stitches, that was how bad it was.
Yeah.
So she was like, no, we're gonna get some super glue and band-aid. So, and then I went to work the next day, and everybody was asking me what happened. I was like, oh, me and Jamie went to the bar, and and then I dropped my purse, and we both bent down to pick it up, and she headbutted me. It was a believable story, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, because I was just so embarrassed. I didn't want to tell nobody that, my boyfriend smacked me. Well, ex-boyfriend now, he smacked me in my face. Well, he bust my lip. So that was one incident. And another incident, he was at a hotel. He was doing some music. They was doing the music. They was recording music. And I knew the way he sound. He didn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was high or something was going on, and then there was a lot of commotion. So me and my friend went to the hotel to see what's going on. So we was there and we saw what was going on. We saw it was music, but then we saw other commotion. So she was ready to go, and I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay," because I was concerned. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to happen to him. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed. Rodney, I shouldn't have stayed. I shouldn't have stayed. Soon as she left, it was just like a switch flipped. So we went into another room. It was just me and him. And he was like, "I know you got them one way boys out there waiting for me, waiting for me." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Rodney wasn't nobody. I didn't talk to nobody. And then he was I wouldn't say he was jealous. Well, yeah, I can say he was jealous of, because one way was a all male record label, and me and my other friend was the only two females. We was the promotion and marketing of the team, so we were always around them everywhere they went. And so he didn't like that. So he thought I had them out there waiting for him, and they was going to come and rob him. And so and he had a gun, and he hit me, and then that night, that night he beat me. I was scared. I wanted to leave. He wouldn't let me leave. He held a gun to me. He kept saying, I got these boys out there wanting to rob him. And then he started accusing me of all types of things. It was like the whole night. And then he was holding me at gunpoint and making me have sex with him. And, so I was scared. I wasn't gonna lie, I was scared to death. But I was trying to play it off, like I wasn't scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is all right. Like the whole night I'm trying to console him and tell him everything is all right. Nobody's out there. He even went to the window, everything, and went outside, everything. And then, still threatening me with the gun. But so the next day, and then he didn't go. And then when he fell asleep with the gun in his hand, and he was laying on top of me. And then he rolled, and then I got up to go to the bathroom, and then he still had the gun. So then, after we got up and got ready. I didn't leave till he got up and got ready because I just didn't know what to do. So when we got the stuff together, I was like, okay, somehow I got away. I don't know what I said to get away or what I did, but where the hotel was, my friend's my friend boutique was, right across the street. So so I ran to his boutique praying that he would be there. Well, it was one of the one way exact. That boutique was across the street. I was praying that he would be there, but he wasn't there. So so the gentleman called me a cab. I used the phone to call a cab to get to the next subway. I was on the subway, and the whole time he blowing me up, blowing me up. I didn't answer the phone till I got on the subway. And Rodney, when I got to the dude's boutique, I looked at my face and I didn't, like, I was embarrassed. Like, I had to go home looking like this. What was I going to tell my mom? You know what I'm saying? What was I going to tell my family? What was I going to tell my friend?
Right.
But luckily, nobody was home when I got home. So I don't know. I can't remember what all went down or how I got away. What story, what lie I came up with. Because I was a good liar. When I need to tell lies, I was good. But I can't tell the lie now because I. So anyway, so yeah, that happened, and somehow he got arrested because he was tripping out. He was on boat, but I I felt sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? I felt sorry for him because he didn't have anybody. He only had me. His family turned his back on him. He didn't have anybody. So I felt sorry for him. So I stayed.
Now, okay. There's several things that you talked about, and I'm gonna let you get back into the story because when we can get to the actually when it took place, you felt sorry for him. We have a lot of individuals who get in these relationships and they feel like they have to save that person.
Exactly. Because I saw the potential he had, because he was very, very smart. He was very intelligent. Like, he should be in somebody's, like, business school, or, running somebody's executive office. Like, that's how much potential I saw that he had. He has. And, he, even though he was rough around the edges, he was smart. You know what I'm saying? He was good with numbers. He was good at math. So I saw the potentials, but I was trying to be a captain save a hole, trying to save somebody that didn't want to be saved. You know what I'm saying? Because you can lead a horse to the river, but it's up to them to drink it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ready to drink the water.
I gotta hold on to something. You said you were trying to be a what?
Captain save a hole. I was trying to save him, but
So within all this, right? And you see all these signs and everything, and then you're looking at always trying to look at his good side, not looking at the domestic violence that's developing between you and him in this relationship, and you're psychologically now making excuses for him.
Right. And that's funny you say that, because I know, like, Rodney, when I tell you I was lost, because the old Toya, wouldn't have gotten involved with somebody like him, because he had all the red flags. Like, when I tell you, like, I believe, like, this is what I believe. I honestly believe that the devil and God, like, had a conversation like he had with Job, and said, go try her. See how far you can get with her.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, like a cloud, like a dark cloud. Like, I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't have my confidence. I didn't have my self-esteem. Like, I became, like, when I say a dark cloud came over me. Like, and I lost the person. Like, the person just drained out of me. And like, and it's like, then that's when I got involved with him, because he told me his history with his ex, and he told me, but I was like, he's not gonna do that to me, because I'm not her. You know what I'm saying? I'm different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna give him a reason to do this to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me say this, because you're getting some key points. So for the audience and for individuals who may be in situations similar to that, they have to see these signs and know, first of all, that you're not responsible for saving the individual. And then when you see them really, really starting to put you in a bad situation, you got to start being able to tell somebody and don't be afraid.
Right. Well, I didn't want to get thrown back in my face, because a lot of people was telling me that he wasn't good for me. We didn't look right together. And so I was trying to prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw something in him that they didn't see. But they saw what I didn't see, and they was trying to warn me. But, I was caught up in I'm going to prove them wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't tell anybody, because a lot of people around me would have threw it back in my face. The people around me wasn't very supportive and didn't really have my back like I needed them to be. They were, like a lot of naysayers, or I told you so, or that's what you get. That's, that's what you get for ignoring the signs. Like, I felt like a lot of that.
Right.
So yeah.
So now, How old were you when all this was taking place?
I was 24, 25 when I got involved with him.
And did you know anything about domestic violence then?
Well, I seen it, you know what I'm saying? I seen my mom, you know what I'm saying? I seen, my mom and family members being hit and abused. But I didn't really know. I just I just knew it was called domestic violence. I didn't really know the literature on what to do in those situations. I just always said that won't be me.
Right.
Because I'm gonna fight back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody put their hands on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when it happened, I was shocked, embarrassed, like, no, not me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah.
Inside of
Excuse
this,
me.
right, too, inside of the relationship now, when you're feeling embarrassed, is it at some point that you're saying that it's part my fault? Are you blaming? Are you taking any responsibility for that? Because you know some people would do that. Some
Yeah.
people would say, "Well, the reason why he hit me is because I yelled back, or because I didn't give him his dinner on time, or even with women, do domestic violence as well.
Yeah.
And you have women that will hit on their man or their mate or their partner and think that it's okay because they say he can't hit me back or whatever. But during these times when you was going through this, at this point, you're feeling trapped. Are you feeling trapped in the relationship, or where were you mentally?
No, I didn't feel trapped. I just knew that I had to get out. And I didn't know my game plan, because he was, because at the incident with the at the hotel with the gun situation, that wasn't the first incident with the gun. He used to have the gun with him all the time. Yeah, all the time. So and that was a concern because for me when okay, I didn't want if I was trying to plan my escape. I don't have escape plan. So I knew I had to have an escape plan because I didn't want to not I didn't want him not to hear from me and go to the salon where I used to work at, or go to my house, or go to the studio where the Oi boys will be at and kill him because that's where his mindset was. Like that's what I feared that he was going to do if he couldn't find me and they wouldn't tell him where I was at because he would have went to them and confronted them. He would have went to the salon. What I didn't want the salon to be filled with ladies and they innocent and or my mom or stepdad at the time or at the one way dudes. I didn't want that to happen. So I had all of that conscious on weighing on me. I didn't want their blood on my hands.
So you carrying all this, trying to protect other people, outside of not really realizing you needed to protect yourself.
Right.
Oh man, that's crazy. I want people to know that domestic violence is a part of everyday life.
Yes.
And I'm not going to get into my story, but I want you to know that I grew up in it. I experienced it.
I know you told me.
Yeah, and it was dramatic. That it comes in all levels. You have domestic violence and relationships between husband and wife, girlfriend and boyfriend, partner and partner, and then you have it that is also put upon children.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my siblings were victims to that, which a lot of people don't really know our true story. But if they knew pretty much what we went through in 504, which is a book I'm writing called 504 Payne Street, and it was.
Oh, you grew up. I lived at 514 Payne Street.
So
yeah,
I was in 504.
I was at 515, 514, 514 Payne Street.
So you lived next door to
the Willises? Yeah. They was like the second house down. Yeah. They've been there forever. Yeah.
So I'm made because I'm much older than you.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. By the time I moved there in 2002, 2003.
Oh yeah.
No, it was 2000. 2000. Yeah.
I was overseas. I was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
That's why I didn't, because I was like, that's my. I mean, I grew up there, and just to get back to this, I'm saying domestic violence is something that occurs in so many ways, and it affects people to a level that we have to be aware that it's some people that don't know how to get out. Like you said, you
Yeah.
felt trapped.
And see, like I said, my mom went through it a little bit, so I grew like, her ex-boyfriend wasn't abusive to me, but I was affected by it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't want to be there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I did a lot to not go home at the time. And eventually she got out of it. But I still was affected by it. I don't want to say too much because that's her story. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it affected me. Trauma. It affected me to the point where I would say at a young age, again at a young age, that I'm going to be nobody's victim. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, too, going back, this doesn't have anything to do with domestic violence, but this has a lot to do with my victim, my not letting anybody put me in a victimized mind state. I was molested when I was 3, and I remember at that time, when I was being molested, I was like, I'm not going to let this man victimize me. I'm not going to let this man take over, my mind. I'm not going to let him feel that he has control over me, even at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So I like program myself then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So
It's again for our viewers. I want you to know that domestic violence is real, and it happens in all type of situations. And a lot of us are victims, and we are afraid to talk about it. We're afraid to bring it to people's attention, and people don't realize that it's something that doesn't go away.
no.
Ever. One of the things that I want y'all to know, and as y'all, I'm trying to get them to understand who you are and what you're going through. Can you tell them one? You haven't told us about you getting shot yet.
No, but I'm going to get to that.
Okay, because
So
I'm not trying to rush you.
okay, that's
But
my next.
yeah,
Yeah.
but reason why what I want people to understand how serious your situation is, and you want me to slide this, y'all.
I'm just trying to get
I want you to get
facing
comfortable.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
there you
Okay.
go.
Yes. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
So let me see something here. Hold on.
Do we have any questions?
Yeah, this is such an important topic. Thank you for sharing, Latoya, and good job, Rodney of PTP. Thank you, love.
You're
I
welcome. You're
appreciate you.
welcome.
That's somebody very special in my life. That's tuning in. I love you, darling. I love you. So this is something. So let's get back now. You at the point where
Oh, I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I'm tired of dude. I told him that one day, it was May 7th. I asked him, I was like, after I dropped him off, I said, I'm not coming to pick you up. I'm tired of coming over here when I get off of work. You need to meet me at my job because I was working at a restaurant in Pentagon Road. So I was like, meet me at my job. Catch the subway, meet me at my job. So he called around 11:45, I remember. And he said, I missed this train. Can you come pick me up? I paused for a minute. I started to say no. I said, but then I started to think if something happened to him, then I'm going to feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? So I said, yeah, I'll come get him. So when I arrived to come get him, I didn't expect him to have 2 of his friends. He was like, we gotta drop them off, and I was like, drop them off. I was like, at that point, I was done. You know what I'm saying? Because I could already tell he was coming down off of being high. And and then I was done. So I was like, I made up in my mind. I told myself I already had his clothes in the trunk. I said I'm gonna drop him off before I go to work tomorrow and at his mom's house, and that's gonna be it.
mm-hmm.
So as we was dropping him off, we were on Suitland Parkway. Well, yeah, we was we was I was at the light. Well, first I was driving. He said this white SUV passed. He said, "Boo, watch out for that white SUV." Remember, Rodney? I said he used to do that before, but he said it's so calm. I didn't really take him serious. And at this point, I was fed up. You know what I'm saying? So I looked in the window and they had turned into a parking lot. I was like, dude, they just want to park. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? Stop tripping. So I was at the light. So then I turned to go up the hill. I was going up Silver Hill Road because they lived by Iverson Mall. So I was going up Silver Hill Road. And I don't even remember, but all of a sudden, gunshots was fired at the car. Rodney, the car looked like it was at the movie scene because it was riddled with bullets, the back, the sides, and I was later told by the police it was 3 different shell cases. It was either 2 shooters or 3 shooters out there. So they riddled my car with bullet holes, and apparently one of the bullets came through the back windshield before entering my headrest and entering my top crown of the head, and the bullet landed in the middle, mainly in the middle of my brain on a vein, and the fragments landed behind my left eye forehead. And I just remember my boyfriend at the time waking me up, shaking me, kissing me on my face, smacking me, saying, "Boo, wake up." And I'm going in and out. And then luckily, thank God, the police was at the gas station going to, pumping gas because they were going in for the night. And they heard the gunshot. So they responded immediately. But by the time they got there, the shooters were no longer in sight. But, my boyfriend and, the two, there's 2 friends were there. So, yeah. So, and apparently one of his friends had a gun in the car, but it didn't have any bullets. So, yeah, in the back seat of my car. And, yeah. So, yeah. And then I was being medevac. They walked away as I was being medevac to PG County Trauma Hospital. But a gunshot wound to the head.
And what's the results of you receiving these gunshot wounds? What's your paralysis?
Well, the bullet damaged the nerve descent to my. Well, first of all, when I woke up in the hospital, this happened May 8th. I woke up 5 days later on Mother's Day. And I'm my mom's only child, so you can imagine what my mom went through. I was told she was hysteric. They had to give her a Valium when she got to the hospital. She just, she was inconsolable, because I'm her only child, and my mom was a drama queen anyway. Yeah. I woke up on Mother's Day, and so when I woke up, I could move my left side and I could kick. But my right side, I couldn't move. My right side was balled. My right hand was balled up in a fist like I suffered a stroke. And see, thank God I survived, because only 5% people survive a gunshot wound to the head, and only 3% go on to live an independent life. And I'm so proud to be in that 3% bracket. I'm so proud.
You're a soldier.
I'm so proud. Yeah, no, right. Well, yes, I am, but I feel like I'm a general. I'm a general in God's army. I've been through enough. I've been molested, raped, abuse, domestic violence, gunshot wound, a headache. Migraines, not a headache, but migraines, depression, suicide attempts. I done been through it. I won't say I done been through it all, but I done been through enough to earn that title as general.
Well, I salute you. Being a former Marine, you believe it or not, I would be in your army, and I would be there to carry the troops out, and we handle our business.
Yeah.
And basically, that's what's happening with us at People to People. We actually are soldiers in the army. The people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. It's individuals like this lady, Latoya, who's just an amazing young lady, and I'm just excited to have her here on the show today. And if it's anyone out there that you know that's going through some areas of domestic violence, please have them to tune in to watch the show. If they do not get it today, have them to go ahead and watch it later, because they need to know that there's help for individuals out there. I just want to kind of just give you a little tiny bit of history, right? Grew up in a household supposedly a place of heaven for children. And my father, being a military man, had PTSD. He suffered from PTSD, and he was alcoholic, and he was a very, very aggressive man physically. I'm not going to really talk too much about my story because this is about you, but the reason why I'm sharing this is because it's still about domestic violence. A lot of people don't know the traumatic drama that we went through in the house. I mean, where I'm not going to, people know my brother and my sisters. And so, the people that grew up on our block, they knew pretty much our story, okay?
Right.
And the reason why I'm saying this again and I'm sharing this, because domestic violence comes in all kind of areas. It be in families, it be people getting beat, they getting raped, they getting tossed around, whatever the case may be. And we went through that, and I went through it for many years. Luckily, I had an older brother that was able to protect us to some level. But the bad part is that he had to absorb all of that, what we had,
Right.
To go through. He was the one that stood there like a shield in many, many cases. And the reason why I even brought that up, a lot of people don't understand that after you become an adult, it doesn't go anywhere,
No.
right? So
No.
you still have these areas in which it affects you.
Right.
But if there's anyone out there you're going through this, even if it's a child, you can call and get help.
Yeah.
And you can find yourself. But let me tell you something. The general is sitting here, right? General Latoya is a witness to the fact that with everything being molested, raped, I mean, being doing the domestic violence and all these things. Look at you. You are an amazing woman.
By the grace of God.
You know, and I mean, like I said, this is not my first time being in your presence, and I just wonder when you wake up in the morning, do you blame anybody?
Oh no. I mean, how can I blame somebody when God allowed this to happen to me, but for others? You know what I'm saying? He using me as an example. Everything that I came to, it was like, of course, I'll take that back. Of course, now that now I don't wake up blaming anybody. But when the accident first happened, Rodney, when I first realized I was shot, I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm gonna tell you, my friend was there. I remember waking up. And I wasn't in the ICU. I was in the room. The room, yeah, I was in the room, and I remember my friend being there. We was road dogs. We was business partners. The girl that helped me with the working labor, we had a falling out, so it was years since we came together. So when she heard I got shot, she was right there. So when I woke up, that was the first person I saw. So I was like, "Hey, dog, I was talking, I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm talking clear sentences. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, I'm saying full sentences. I'm like, yeah, girl, I'll be out of this hospital in a couple of days. I don't even know why I'm in here, but I'll be back in the salon in a couple of days working as usual. You know what I'm saying? We can hook up and, get together." And she looked at me, and then this girl, my friend, whatever she was thinking was on her face. So I was like, "What was that face about?" She was like, "Nah, dog, it's not gonna be that easy." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, you was shot." I was like, I'm looking around. I'm like, looking for the bullet hole. I'm like, tripping. I wasn't shot. She was like, "Yeah, you was shot." I'm like, "Wait." And she was like, "In the head." I was like, "No, what? No." You know what I'm saying? Because you hear somebody get shot in the head, they gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I never heard somebody survive a gunshot wound to the head. You know what I'm saying? She said the homicide detectives was in the waiting room waiting. So I'm like, no. So she's like, yeah. So I'm feeling, and then my fingers fall in the hole, and wet little hole crusty. You know what I'm saying? Because it was still healing. And then I looked down, and my hand was balled up in a fist. So, and then I couldn't open it. All I could do, and I'm like, now I believe her. And I'm like in disbelief, like, what? Like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm questioning God, like, why, God? Like, why this happened to me? You know what I'm saying? All I could do was ball my fist up, and the tears were rolling down my eyes. I'm like, I didn't deserve this. You know what I'm saying? What did I do to deserve this? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I went through a period of time, like, I wouldn't talk to God. You know what I'm saying? I was mad at God. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, "God, I'm not talking to you." You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to God, but then, you know what I'm saying? Right. I'm talking to God, but, when you talk to God, you're praying. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then, so I would, then my faith was, then I would lay in the bed, hospital bed, and, I open up the Bible. I'm like, close the Bible. I'm like, I'm not reading this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't going to help me. You know what I'm saying? So I went through a period of time where I was mad. I went through all the stages of grief, like all the stages of grief. And then I was diagnosed with traumatic brain injury. And the brain is the central universe of your body. It controls all the functions of your body and everything, your speech, your mind, your, even the reflexes. I didn't even realize that you need that in order for you to put flip-flops on, is because the muscles in your feet hold the flip-flops together, hold them on your feet. Yeah. So when I walk, like now I went to go get a pedicure, I slide my feet in flip-flops, I can't even walk in it because I don't have the muscles in my foot and my bottom of the foot to sustain. To hold them in there. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, and then, I have a drop foot, and I didn't even know that when you walk, you squeezing your butt cheeks. You don't even realize it. But every time you take a step, you squeezing your butt cheeks, to help you walk. Yeah. So I'm like, and then, like I said, I'm thinking I'm saying complete sentences, but Rodney, I'm only saying certain words. You know what I'm saying? She had a journal. She had a journal. And when we would have conversations, she would write down what I was saying and what we was talking about. And Rodney, when I went to go read the journals, I was like, what? I'm like, what was I saying? Like, how did she understand me? But that's what her field was. She was a nurse. She was in the medical field. So she, you know what I'm saying, she understood patients. You know what I'm saying? With, to have patience with your patients, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but Rodney, I was mad, when I was in the ICU, when I was in a semi coma, when the nurses and everybody around me said they could tell I was mad because my eyes would be fluttering, and I would wake up, and then I would wake up, and then what I'm saying, my eyes, and they could tell by the look on my face I was mad, what I'm saying, and then they would say the nurse would try to give me an IV, I would grab her hand so tight they had to pull my fingers apart just to that's the kind of grip I had. So and then I was just mad. I was mad I stayed in PG County Hospital 31 days, and I was mad. I refused, and then every day basically I was a 26-year-old infant again. I couldn't sit or stand or talk, or what I'm saying, I had to go through speech therapy, physical therapy. I had to learn how to talk, walk, and everything. So the physical therapist came, and she would try to feed, and then we was having breakfast one day, and I'm right-handed, so my right hand was balled up, so she was trying to feed me, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm gonna feed myself." I didn't, what I'm saying, I don't know how to feed myself, but I'm gonna learn how to. What you can do is teach me how to feed myself, not feed me. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's not your physical therapy. You about to earn your pay. Right. So yeah, Rodney, I was mad.
So you see that camera right there?
Yes.
I want you to look in that.
Which one?
Straight right there.
Uh-huh.
That one.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell this young lady or this young man that's out there that's going through domestic violence, was in a situation. Tell them if you could do it all over, what would you do, and what would you suggest to them?
What would I do all over? I would do a lot over, but but I can't say what I would do over because I don't have control over my life. Nobody has control over their life. God has control over it. So you can do what you want, but He's going to do what He wants for His plan, because His plan is your purpose.
Okay.
So I don't know what I would do different, or what could I do to prevent this, because this was divine. This was divine purpose for me.
But I'm saying now, so if it's a young lady out there and she's getting beat up, right?
Okay, I can tell her how to get. I could give her some advice on what she could do to get out this. Talk to yourself. Speak affirmation to yourself. You have to build your self-confidence up to know that you are worthy to not be controlled by this individual or whatever. If you're a man, then you have to build it up. If you're a female, you have to build your confidence up. Pray. Speak affirmations. If you have to do it, you can speak affirmations to yourself. You can speak affirmations in your head. You can write them down. You don't have to let your partner know what you're doing. You don't have to let him know or her know that that you are trying to escape. Because once they see that you are trying to better yourself, they would try to destroy you or belittle you more, or beat you down more. You just have to tell yourself, even when you're getting beat, say you're better than this. You're not going to let him victimize you. You're not going to let nobody put you in a victimized mindset. You are strong, you are worthy. Just keep speaking those things, keep praying to God. You got to build your confident muscle up, and and know your worth. I would suggest you get into prayer groups, get into community groups, get into women groups, get into domestic violence. Well, I don't know if you should get into domestic violence groups, because I don't know if your partner is, stalking your page, So you have to be discreet on what you do, Also, yeah, have a, if you don't have anybody, because a lot of family members, they are oblivious to, or they think domestic violence is normal, but it's not normal. Love doesn't hurt. Love shouldn't hit. Love doesn't control. Love isn't pain. Love is joy, happiness, and yes, love is beautiful. Yes. Love is not sad. Love is not dark. Love is light. Love is So it's the opposite of that. So, just know your worth. Get in the community, find people that's supportive, that's going to support you. Um, yes, and pray, meditate. Pray and meditation and speaking affirmations has saved me. If it wasn't for God, family, and TLC, Total Life Changes, I wouldn't be right here talking to you guys. Right. Because I'm gonna tell you, after I got shot, well, I suffered with migraine headaches since I was 6 years old. After I got shot, Rodney, my migraine headaches went from they were manageable, or I had episodes or months where I would be vomiting and sick. Yeah. But Rodney, after I got shot, I would wake up. I would wake up every day with a migraine. Sometimes I would wake up in excruciating pain, crying because my head is hurting so bad. Rodney, I was sick. I would be sick the whole month. I remember October 2015. No, 2014. I was sick the whole month of October. November 1st was on a Sunday. I woke up feeling good. I went to church. I called my friend. I was like, I'm feeling good. I didn't want to stay in the house. So, months of being sick, throwing up, crying, all that migraine headaches. Good Lord. So I called her. She said she having a tea party. I'm saying party, free food. I'm there. So I went to her party, and it was a tea party. Actually, she was selling products, and I heard the stories of this tea and this liquid vitamin. And one story that I heard, the director said her sister had migraine leprosy. That's where she had a seizure, and they followed behind a migraine. So she said she gave her sister these two products, and after a month of taking them, at the time she had the episode, she had to go on disability. So I knew her situation. I was shot in the head, I had migraines since I was 6 years old. I've been through it all. So, and I can get my money back if I purchase these products. So I purchased the products, used them. Again, Rodney, remember I said I woke up every day with a migraine? Right. Yeah. I didn't realize that I was waking up feeling fine and feeling good, And and then one morning I woke up 3 weeks later. I got my first migraine. 3 weeks later, I got my first migraine. After 9 years of waking up with excruciating pain, I woke up with my first migraine. I was like, hey, what's this? I want to know more about these products. Right. So, I learned more about these products. And then this helped me. Again, I suffer with depression, NRG. So I started taking that for my depression. It gave me energy. I needed energy. And it has a chemical mood imbalance, mood enhancer. Mm-hmm. Mood enhancer. So it worked for my depression. I wasn't depressed anymore. I was happy. I was motivated. I was doing things. I was able to, and then I was able to get off. I was on 13 medications. 6 of them I had to take multiple times a day. Now I'm on one medication, one prescription medication. Now,
so you saying you after starting to take this?
I took that every morning. I drank a capful every morning. 1 tablespoon is equivalent to 10 salads.
What?
1 tablespoon is that's more than a tablespoon. Yeah, and and I'm small, so I was just drinking. I wasn't drinking this. Well, you're supposed to drink 2 cups twice a day. I just drank like 4 ounces at night. Because I didn't want to lose weight. So it helped me. It's just a gentle detox that helped me go to the bathroom, and I had a good flush in the morning. Yes, so yeah.
So also I can share with you, I suffer from migraines. Okay. I get them sometimes 2-3 times a month. Wow. I can tell you exactly. I lose my sight. The pain has started in one eye. I start seeing shining. When I start seeing that silver stuff in my eyes, I know I'm done. Mm-hmm. I've had a migraine that I literally wanted to jump in front of the car, train, or something just to make the pain go away. If people who suffer from migraines, when I tell you, if you never had one, you don't want one.
No, you don't want one.
Because
you don't want one.
That is when and I've had a toothache, right? And a toothache is a painful thing, but I'm gonna tell you something. A migraine will put a toothache to sleep.
Yeah, a migraine was, and then I remember I had and then I've suffered with them since I was 6 years old, so I dealt with them all going to school. So I had one teacher. He was like, "You don't have these migraines. Your migraine headaches not that bad." I said, "I wish you have a migraine." And then he had a migraine. He came to me and said, "I take that back. Yeah. I take that back." I never had a migraine, but I had my first migraine the other day, and I know what you're going through.
I had while I was in Okinawa, Japan. I had a migraine for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. They ended up putting me in the hospital. They thought I was faking. They thought I was trying to get out. Uh, and so the Japanese, I guess he was a psychiatrist or whatever. Anyway, long story short, they start talking to me, and they start to realize, about these headaches, and it was like, man, triggers. I have certain things to trigger them.
Yeah,
So stress
trigger.
is one of them. Which I try to stay calm and relaxed all the time. But I don't want to get back. I want to go back just for a minute because we still got a little. We got about another 10 minutes, and we might run over maybe about 5-10 minutes too. Because I got this girl in here. This is a sweetheart.
No problem. I like questions too.
Yeah, we getting back to the domestic violence as how do you feel now getting into a relationship? Do you critique an individual before and you said I can ask anything.
Yeah, I'm open book. I'm an open book about my life.
Are you in a relationship now?
Yes.
Okay. So, are you now in a position where you make sure that that individual understands what you will and will not tolerate?
Oh yes, he knows what I will and will not tolerate. Okay. We've been together 9 years now.
He's a gentleman.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
My head off to him because you're a dog baby, and if he don't know what to do with you, call me, and because I'm her new big brother, so I'm letting you know.
He does a lot. I take my hats off to him. He does a lot because to be in a relationship with me now is totally different. You have to put up with my mood swings, my excuse me. I'm getting over a cold, so my mood swings, and then sometimes I'm not feeling up to it, and I'm sick a lot. And he's just patient. He cooks for me, he cleans for me. That's his nature anyway. So yeah, yes.
Well, kudos.
But yes, but listen, but yes, before I got in the incident, I'm still cute, as you know, but I was the flyest thing on. I was fly. I was having little pumps on. I wasn't a tennis shoe female at all. Having little pumps on. I always stayed fly. But now that my incident, I had to settle for these uncomfortable braces and tennis shoes, and I'm trying to adjust to my style. I can't be as fly as I used to, but I try to work it out. But guys approach me differently with the walker, than before. I used to have a lot of, males holler at me, but now when they see the walker, it's like they don't know. It's like they want to help me. They want to help me more than asking for my number. You know what I'm saying? And then how I got with my dude now. We met on social media, Facebook, and I was a little leery, at first he asked me could he come over, and I was like, no, you may be a stalker or a killer, I have PTSD, I'm real, and then I'm paranoid, in the beginning I was very paranoid, so I was super careful, and plus I don't know who shot me, so I could be in the same club with the people that shot. Like, people know me, but I don't know them. You know what I'm saying?
Still to this day, you don't know?
I don't know.
So whatever happened to the guy who you was dating?
Well, he Rodney, I guess like the God took the blinders off and, revealed to me that he wasn't, he became aggressive. Like, I can't even hold a conversation with him without feeling uneasy.
Is he still around though?
Yeah, he's still around. He's still around. He's still around.
Yeah.
He's still around. I don't know the people who did it, because it's either the community know, or it has to be somebody to get locked up and snitch on them for them,
Yeah.
But we have he had an idea who did it or who could be responsible, but the police don't know. So I don't know, I don't know any outcome that could came from that. So
again, for people who just joined in, I'm Rodney Ground. This is People to People, the People Podcast. This is the People Podcast, the talk show, right? And I say that to just let you know that we come on and we like to talk about everything. Miss Latoya is an advocate a young lady who is now really standing up for domestic violence. This is not her first rodeo talking and going on different programs and talking about this. because I ran into you at another event a while back when you was doing representing for domestic violence. And I remember that lady. I don't want to call her name or anything, not that I could, but I remember we was talking. Her daughter had got killed in a domestic violence situation.
Oh,
you remember when
yeah.
we was at the park and we was talking about that? Remember
Right,
that?
yeah.
I'm not going to say her name, but I do know. We have a friend, a mutual friend, who was a part of domestic violence, Demetrius.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who she was stabbed 6 times. This is real.
Yes.
And so we got a lot of individuals who don't take this serious, but this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Um, I should have gotten a number for you to call.
And I have the hotline number, but it's on my phone.
Okay, hey, Lady Z, can you find that the domestic violence hotline number for me and put it on the screen or give it to me? You can write it down and give it to me so that I can give that number out just in case somebody needs it.
I'm also a part of Army of Angels. It's a nonprofit domestic violence organization, and we help young men. We help everybody that comes to reach out to our website and ask for help. And we provide help in any which way we can. And yes, so I'm a proud member of the Army of Angels. And actually, we're having Ramona's Army of Angels, our annual walk next Sunday. I don't even have the flyer with me, but next Sunday I'll post it on my Facebook page and on my Instagram page. And yes, we're having a walk. We have a walk every October because Ramona's birthday was October 8th.
Right.
So yes, so we usually try to have it around her
That's
birthday.
where I was at that last time when you was doing that. Because I was doing the walk. I remember.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to get that information. You're going to make sure I get that information so that we're going to be able to put it on my page for individuals who we are supporting Domestic Violence Month, the whole month, one way or the other. And we're still going to talk for a few more minutes. I want you to make a promise to me that you'll come back. It's a part to this.
Oh, sure, yes, okay. Most definitely.
We ain't finished, man. You got
no. Oh, yeah, and then I can come back in March for Brain Injury Awareness Month.
There you go.
Yes, because I'm a domestic violence advocate, a survivor. I'm a brain injury survivor, and I'm a gun violence advocate. Yeah. So and then June I can come back for gun violence awareness.
You can keep coming back. No, honestly, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
All you got to do is just call me and let me know. I promise you, I'll make room for you.
Okay.
Because I just really appreciate you being able to come and share your story and not feel like it's all about you.
No.
Because you really constantly doing this and giving back to the community.
And I'm also I've been a part of Brain Injury Services Speakers Bureau because once I got shot, I felt like my story was important that other people need to hear. You know what I'm saying? Other people need to hear what I've been through to prevent them from going through or recognize the red flag. So I was a big advocate on, being a speaker, joining the Speakers Bureau. And now I'm an international speaker, and an author. And yeah.
So again, here we are. It's so many things that we want to do going forward to help other people get your story out. We talk about everything on this show. And this is, when I say show, this is a podcast. It's the People to People's talk show podcast.
Right. Exactly.
You
got to speak that thing in existence.
Yeah. And you know what I love about this is that this is not something that we do for attention. We do this to support the community. Right. We care about what people are going through. We care about everything that helps you move in a positive way. And that's my slogan: people to people, power to power, positive people. People to people, that's me and you.
Right.
And them. Right? Power to power, the power you possess, the power I possess, and the power we bring together, we become positive thinking people.
Right.
And I love that. Yes. And that's just what I live by. And I'm just excited. I want to also say this. Domestic violence is not just women going through it. Men go through it,
and
too.
Children go through it.
And children go through it. I have several individuals whom I grew up with. several individuals who are affected in different ways. They have their story. I want to wait till I get them in a position to tell it, so I want to tell them, but I can tell mine. It was many times that I came home, and um, if it wasn't for my brother and my older sister, many times, man, I don't even know if we would still be here.
Right.
My father was that aggressive. In many cases, both of them protected us, and it was something that we had to deal with. And the bad part about it is that at some point you start to feel like it's a part of you.
Right.
Because I did a show where I was a guest, and I came on to talk about domestic violence, but I was one that also uh, participated in it as being not the victim, but the
abuser.
The abuser.
Yeah, I have also became the abuser, because once you go through that, you know what I'm saying, you like put up this shield and you don't let nobody mess with you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to let them know off top. You know what I'm saying?
You come off like you be like, yo, I'm not to be messed with. You know, but we don't realize
that we are affecting the same abuse that we receive, and we're not doing it intentionally. We're just doing it as a defense mechanism. And then you know what I'm saying, after therapy, of course, which I recommend everybody get therapy, especially, you know, as a teenager. I had therapy, you know, because I suffered with severe depression. As a teenager, I tried to I tried to commit suicide. That's the first time. And so, but at the time I wasn't ready to receive it, because I felt like they were just getting in my business. They wanted to know my business. You know what I'm saying? So, so I didn't receive it like I did after my incident. After any trauma that you go through, anything traumatic, I suggest that you get therapy. Go talk to a professional. You could do meditation, you could do prayer, but once you talk to a professional and get it, it's nothing like talking to somebody objective. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to your family members or your friends. They're not going to, you know, they gonna tell you what you want to hear,
or it's their side, your side, and then it's the real side. You want the real side.
Yeah, exactly. So it's best to talk to somebody, you know, neutral.
A professional.
Yeah, professional. So yes, I recommend everybody get professional help. Yes, because domestic violence, anything traumatic, yes.
And people got to realize something. Domestic violence doesn't mean that it's just physical.
No, it could be. It could be mentally, verbally, spiritually. Yes. You know, and it could be all wrapped up, all of in one. Yes, and then that's where the you know, you just get swallowed up in it, and you get more confused, and it's hard for you. I noticed, like, talking to individuals that were in a situation, you know, it was harder for them to get out of it, because they were so swallowed up, and their abuser had complete control over them, and they didn't know how to get out. Either you know, some of them got out because they got locked up, or they got killed, or you know, or the abusers got locked up or got killed, and you know, or you know, yeah.
I want to also, when I said that at one time I was not the victim, but I was the abuser, which you know, God gave me a daughter, and when my daughter was born, I realized then, yo, nobody putting their hands on my baby. Right. You feel me? You're not putting your, I don't care, for no reason.
And that made you look at what you was
doing.
And
it made me start to realize what I was doing to somebody else's baby. I can honestly say I've been with my, in my marriage and with my wife 17 years. I mean, literally, I've never, ever put my hands on her. I literally just a few months ago got dramatically overwhelmed and called her out her name for the first time, which I feel so bad, because I was so proud of where I am and how far I come. And the reason why I wanted to share that, don't get to a point to think that you can't change. You can. Yeah. See, when you say you can't change, that's because you don't want to.
Right.
See, it's no reason for anybody to downplay or to abuse anybody. And if you're in a situation and you've been abused, don't accept it.
No.
You do not have to accept no abuse. Get up and get out of there. And if you can't do it without feeling really threatened, wait till you by yourself, call 911, or you can call the domestic violence hotline.
Yes.
And
it's ways you can like even if you like even if you're in a situation and you're being abused, and in that moment you can call the police and order a pizza.
girl,
You can say the things like, I forgot how the script go, but you can say you want to order pizza, and they would ask you questions, and the 911 operator is supposed to take over and ask you, what I'm saying,
right,
and things to,
right,
what to say, and not give your partner a clue what you're doing. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Just say you order some pizza or you order some food. And another something else I've seen that it's different ways. It's like, okay, for instance, like when he first start hitting you, and that that's not right. Get out, leave,
Yeah.
right then and there. Like, don't call dude, block dude. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully
Yeah.
he don't know where you live at. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, be careful. Be so careful, and please recognize the signs. If they become abusive, if they become aggressive, if they raise their voice off the top at you, you know what I'm saying, or if any red flags, or even that little butterfly, and you know what I'm saying, that you get that little intuition. If you something don't feel right, then exit. You know what I'm saying? Make an excuse, or say you gotta go, or you know what I'm saying, make an excuse, make up anything to get out that situation, and don't go back, because it's no good.
Something else that I want you to repeat. You said, "What do love feel like?"
Joy, happiness,
come on, baby.
Light. It's like it's no dark. Love is not known in the dark. Love cannot reside in the dark. Love does not reside in the dark. Love needs to be out, light, and shine bright. Yes, it
make
beautiful.
You feel like you want to smile.
Make you want to dance. Make you want to dance. Make you want to sing. Make you want to say, "Praise the Lord, hallelujah." Praise your God, Allah, whoever, Buddha, whoever. But it just makes you joy. It makes you feel, makes you happy. It makes you get this fire burn in your belly. You know what I'm saying? Do I have any questions on Facebook?
No, actually, again, a lot of individuals go on in, and they will actually get on and watch. Later. Don't say anything, but that's okay. We ask that you also go to YouTube and sign in, because we're gonna have to get ready to get off the air. We 10 minutes over, but I just having this young lady in here, I could go another hour for real.
I could talk another hours.
Yeah, but I literally I want to stay within regulations. Listen, if you are a victim of domestic violence, please do not stay in that situation. Put yourself in a position where you literally get some help. Understand, you don't want to wait till something happen where you get shot, or you get hit by a car, or trying to run from that person,
or your family has to bury you.
Or yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you, being a victim as myself, I had to really learn how to release some of that, because I still suffer from it even now, uh, with different individuals. Like, one, no man can't put his hands on me. Okay, ain't happening. And don't put your hands on none of my people in my family. Right. My sisters, I don't play that. Never did it. And my daughters, let me tell you something. My daughters do not want to call daddy and tell me that no dude put his hands on them. I just cannot accept that for no reason. Right. And I want you to know you are beautiful. Thank you. And I appreciate everything that you have done, what you're still doing. Y'all see this product right here. Yeah. How would they, if they wanted to get this, how would they get this?
We can go to my Instagram page, Latoya.
And hold that up while you talk, so they can see that.
Yes, Nutriburst. Yes, you can go to my Instagram, Latoya, Latoya _SJ. And the link in my bio, you will see a link, the link tree. You go click on the link tree, and it has all the products listed. I recommend this if you have migraines and detox tea. And we also have flavors. Oh my God, we have flavors. We have watermelon, we have tropical punch, we have fruit, we have lemonade. That's our newest flavor, and we have this is the blue magic. Blue magic is our energy drink, and it is good. This is you. This is your package.
Uh-oh.
This is what I'm drinking now, Blue Magic.
Oh, okay.
So yes, it gives you energy. It replaces this. Blue Magic and NRG replaces those energy drinks, those 5-hour energy drinks. They're no good. They're no good. They're filled with toxins and they kill you. So yes, these are all natural products. And I have a list. TLC has a list over 35 different products. So yeah, some of them are weight loss. This helps you lose weight, and this has 26 different benefits. It's good for your bones, muscles, strengthens, levels your cholesterol, levels your pressure, gets rid of it helps aids with migraine, cancer prevention, everything under the sun. It's these little teas. So yes. Army of Angels is having our annual walk this Sunday, so please join us. It's from 2 to 5. The information will be on my my Facebook platform and Instagram platform. And yes, and I'm Latoya Johnson again. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I'm a brain injury survivor. I survived a gunshot wound to the head. I survived everything, and not everything under the sun, but I survived a lot. So yes, I'm proud to be a 5% gunshot wound victim survivor, and a 3% survivor to go on and live an independent life. So yes, I'm very proud to be a survivor. I'm very proud to be here to share my story, and I pray that my words motivate and inspire somebody and actually save somebody's lives, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to save lives.
I thank you so much, Latoya. I thank you for tuning in. And
yes,
remember, it's people to people, power to power, power to thank people. I'm your host, Rodney Grimes. This young lady, Latoya Johnson, thank you so much, sweetheart. We love you and we appreciate you.
Love you too.
That's it. I do. It's people to people, the people podcast of the DMV. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about we and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z. PTP. Positive thinking people. Positive thinking people. We still record.
Oh yeah.